Hi there, this is Laura Conley at the Painted Canvas. I want to share with you today a great product that we've been carrying for just a little while now that I have absolutely fallen in love with. It's Chalk Couture. Chalk Couture is a paste product that also comes in these little jars, and they also have begun carrying a couture ink. So the ink is what I'm going to show you today because I love that you can put these on anything fabric in your home. So I'm going to show you just a little bit really quickly how we're going to do that. And when I think of stencils, I think of the kind that you use to just scrub the paste on or the paint on or anything. These are quite amazing. I'm going to put my camera down there now. They are more of a screen print than anything. So I'm going to show you just how quick and easy this is. So this is what the stencil looks like in the package. It's $24.99, but it has 20 or more uses. I've used most of mine. I've been kind of keeping track just to see exactly how many times, and I've used some as many as 30 times, and they're still working beautifully. So it comes in the package like this. Just cut apart your components and you can use what you want. Use something, you know, from this time for another time. So this time we're only going to use these just to keep this simple so that you can see exactly how easy it is. And these stencils have a sticky side. They are a tacky feel, and they simply can be stuck onto your fabric, and you're going to just squeegee the ink on there. So they come stuck to these little clear backings, and you just save this backing to put your stencil back on. So these stencils, you can see it just excuse me, just peels off and can be placed wherever you want it. I've kind of got my ruler. Whoops, I had my ruler out. Yeah, you can see how sticky it was. It just stuck to my ruler. So I'm going to kind of just eye this for now because I kind of know where I want it. Then I'm going to kind of check it here with my ruler and see if it's about right, and I believe it is. So I'm going to get that out of the way. I usually kind of press from one side over, and now oh, I forgot to tell you what we're working on. This is a pillow similar to this one. So this one I just did yesterday, and it's just a pillow with a pillow insert. Just purchased these at Hobby Lobby. The Chalk Couture also sells some pillow inserts. So that's what we're doing. So, and I have just kind of skipped a couple steps on you. Chalk Couture has a mat board that you can put in here. They were out, so I just have a piece of cardboard in there to protect my ink from going through on the other side of this fabric. If you're using a shirt or something, you can absolutely use like the t-shirt boards that are the cardboard as well. So we have it ready. It's pressed down. It's where I want it. I'm going to add some other components, I think, to it. These two came from another stencil, and it is called Rustic Wreath, and it is also lovely. So this is what that stencil part of it, and then these were more components that you can add to that. But I'm going to use just a few of these, I think, on my home, and I'm going to see if they will peel off right quick. These this backing has such a good tacky surface, and it sticks beautifully on fabric. I was very excited that Chalk Couture decided to make the inks as well, because I'd been using it with ink for a little bit, ink that I had purchased separately. So it's just a fabric ink, that's all it is. It's just a fabric based ink that you would screen print or something with. So I think I'm going to add that there. And I have a little heart I want to put on here somewhere. So I may do this and then I'm going to decide where I'm going to put that and if I'm going to put that. So we'll start with this and I'll show you just how simple that it is. So you can buy the little squeegees. This is one that's been cut apart. I like these small ones because I can handle the product easier. But I also have some bigger ones, so if you're doing a bigger project, excuse me, you can totally get it on there faster. But that's more important with the paste than with the fabric ink. The fabric ink is in my opinion, one of the most fun components that they have. I totally love everything about it. It's easy. It makes you look really good. I'm trying to get my little cardboard situated underneath all of my stencils, and I think I have. So another thing that I do, this is not required. This is only because I am a messy painter. So even when I am here at the painted canvas painting and getting ready for, we do group painting parties here, as well as the Chalk Couture parties. But you can also just come buy your stencil and take it home and create all you want to, and I can show you how to do all that. But anyway, I'm very messy is what this all comes down to. And so if you're messy like me, I just put a little tape around just as a little protection so that I don't get that ink where I don't want it to be. This, for instance, the H on the home comes really close to going off the stencil. So because I know I'm messy, I'm going to just put a little tape there. That will prevent me, hopefully, from being messy. Again, it's not required. These are perfectly great on their own. They don't need that. So our next step then is we've got it all ready. We've got it laid out. We've got our cardboard underneath. And so now it's as simple as applying the ink. And I just squeegee from one side to the other across. I try not to apply too much ink. I don't want it to bleed through by saturating it too much. So to me, it's key to just put a little ink. You can kind of see it go into the screen area. I'm not sure how close you can see this, but you can kind of see. I put it on and then I kind of scrape over it until I can see the letters again. And you'll be able to see this probably better when I show you with the paste. Oops, see, it's a good thing I had that on there because I've already gone off the edge of my little stencil. Like I say, I know how messy I am. So you can see that takes very, very little ink. And so just squeegee on there. And if you want a little bit more of a vintage look, put a little less ink in some of your areas than others. I did that on the other pillow, and I'll show you that again. So I'm not applying a heavy amount of ink, and I'm not sure if you can see it from the camera, but it now has, you can see where it comes back through a little bit, so you know that's covered. So I'm going to check my fingers and make sure I don't have any ink on them, and I'm going to peel this off. That is all there is to it, is just to peel that off, and you want to peel it off there before it dries. So you can see this one area, I didn't get quite as much ink on there, and this is what the stencil looks like when you pull it off. So there's the back side. I'm just going to get this tape back off of here right quick, get it out of our way, and then this stencil will just go into this little pan of water that I have over here. You don't have to rinse it immediately. It just keeps it from staying in your stencil, because you want to be able to use that a bunch more. That's not the only time we're going to use this stencil. So that's how simple our first step was. I'm going to make sure I've got ink off of my hands. I tell you, I can't even explain just how messy that I am sometimes. So now we're going to do this next one, and we're doing the same thing with the black ink. We're just going to squeegee it right across all of our letters. It immediately absorbs into that fabric. The ink is really neat stuff. So it doesn't, like I say, if you want a little more of a vintage look, then do one area a little less amount of ink than another, like I did on the welcome. And if you want it to be a little thicker, a little heavier, you can just make sure it has a good coverage with your ink. The other thing you can do is, I haven't tried it yet, but I've seen others go back, let it dry, and you can go back and do another color on top if you want to overlay it with a couple colors. So it is really very versatile. Like I say, this is not your normal stencils from what I grew up with. They're not your mama's stencils. They are very up to date, very simple. And so this same stencil, I would use it on maybe on one of my Arkansas signs that say that you could have home on. A lady did one the other night. The Arkansas sign had a hog on it, and then used the Home Sweet Home stencil. So once you have 2 or 3 stencils, they are so versatile to switch in and out. So I'm going to just kind of see if I've got it all covered, and I'm just squeegeeing right across that little screen, and then we're going to just do the same thing. We're going to lift that up. I'm going to check and make sure I don't have any ink on my hands, because that is the best way to get it on your fabric, I have found. So we're going to pull that off. Pull from, oops, I have to move that over just a minute. We're going to, I didn't think about that. I should have. Let me pull that up real fast. And I had that overlap just a little bit on there. So just pull like left to right. Sometimes it's handy if somebody else is there to help you. Today I'm just kind of on my own. So isn't that beautiful? I love, love, love these. Again, I'm just going to put that into my pan of water so that I can rinse that ink out of there at my convenience. And check my fingers again to make sure I don't have any ink on them. I'm going to pull that up just a little bit so it doesn't touch those letters when I squeegee this other one on. But how simple is that? Then this will dry, and I think it is something, it's either 3 or 4 minutes pressed on each side with an iron, and then it is good to go. It is washable. Some of the inks, like this one in particular, can be let dry. I'm trying to decide how to keep that from getting ink on there. Can be let dry for 6 days, and then you don't even have to press them. So on pillows, that's probably what I would do. I'll probably just let it dry. Always check your ink. So like the Chalk Couture ink, I'm pretty sure it has to be like pressed on each side for, allow it to dry, or dry it with a dryer, and then press it on each side for 3 to 5 minutes on a high setting, it says, usually with a towel or something. So with your iron, just press over that. And okay, so we are going to squeegee this one right quick, and we will be all finished. Maybe just a little more ink on there. So I'm doing this one all in black. If you wanted to do other colors, it's totally great. You can do other colors, and if they're going to overlap, or like if I wanted to add little flowers onto this little branch here, we'll just let it dry. Just let it dry and do it kind of in layers. So you can see how quick that one was. That was super quick because there's not much to that, and we are going to just pull that straight down and off of there. And oh my goodness, that's so pretty. So if I needed to, I could do another one over here. I'm going to stick that in the water though, because I don't want to get a chance of getting that on my fabric. So that's how easy it is. This needs to just dry. I usually just put it in front of the fan, but you could dry it with a hair dryer. I kind of think it needs this little heart somewhere, and maybe another little branch, but I haven't really decided. So I would do it the same way though. So whatever color I decided to use on the heart or on the other branch, be the same thing. Let it dry. So I'm going to think about that. I'm thinking it's going to end up kind of like this, but I'm going to put a little thought into that and let that dry and decide, because I may want my heart to be somewhere else, maybe on the corner or not. So that is how simple it is to work with the Chalk Couture stencils, and it is a great product. I've never carried any products here at the shop besides our paint and the things that we do here, the group painting sessions, but I totally love this. Let me show you really quick too, if you can see. This is one done, another one that we're going to do sample for. That is a beautiful stencil, and it is on canvas, and it is simply done on a painted canvas, and I'll show you that too. And here's one other really quick sample. I love this on dish towels. This is another one, Be Humble and Kind, and there's also a few other components to this one. So we'll be doing some more. So thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to doing others and showing you more things available here at the Painted Canvas. Thanks so much. Have a great day.